This is how you can get cinematic lighting in your YouTube videos, so you can go from it looking like this with absolutely no lights at all to looking like this. Let's get into it.
You gotta just press record.
When it comes to getting a cinematic shot, it ultimately breaks down to 3 different things. Now, the first one is your lens choice. And this one matters a lot because a lot of beginners, when they get started, they ask me, how do I get that blurry background? Now, if you have a camera where you can't change the lenses like an iPhone or a Sony ZV-1, it's gonna be a little bit harder, but you just wanna make sure that the f-stop number is as low as possible. Right now, I'm using a Sony a7S Mark III camera, and the lens I'm using is a 20mm, which gives me a very wide angle, but the f-stop is f1.8, and that's what I'm using right now to give a little bit of blurriness in the background. Right now, I changed my lens to be at f13, and you can see it gets rid of that blurry background. And this is what it looks like with that f-stop back at 1.8. Now, the second step to getting a cinematic shot, and this one is the most important of all 3, it is the lighting in your video. Now, when it comes to lighting right now, this is 0 lighting whatsoever, and we have everything open. The blinds, the skylights are letting in a ton of light, and so the background is really bright, but I am really dark. And so we want to cover all of those up to start with a blank canvas so we can get some nice lighting. And now I've added in my key light, and this makes a huge difference, making me look all nice in front of the shot, but still the background doesn't look quite cinematic yet. So that's why we need to add in some other lights. Now I've turned on the lamp, and this adds a little bit of extra light into the room and adds a nice bit of warmth into the background to help separate me from the background, since right now my key light is set to daylight and my lamp is set to a tungsten, which is a warmer color. Now I've added in these background tube lights from GVM, and these lights really add a whole nother level of color and contrast and really make the shot look a lot more professional and high quality by adding these in. It also brings a lot of light and color to the other side of the room that just had my monitors, and that kind of just stuck out like a sore thumb, but now having some color over there, it just looks a lot more balanced, and I'm really liking this look so far. But to make the shot just a little bit better, we're now going to add in a hair light. Adding in this hair light, you can see it on my shoulders, on the top of my head, and it really makes me stand out from the background. And it looks like I am inside of this shot now, where it kind of looks like the light is coming from those lights back there. So you can see lighting really makes a huge difference with your shot. So let me break down every single light and tell you exactly why I'm using it. When it comes to the key light, I'm using the GVM 80-watt light, and I definitely recommend picking it up with a softbox. A softbox is super important for getting a cinematic look because it's going to give you nice and soft lighting. You can see what it looks like with this harsh light when I don't have any softbox on it. And then when I add on that softbox, it just looks so much more diffused and soft and makes it look a lot better. Now with your key light, you really want to bring it as close as possible. This is going to make it kind of appear a bit bigger and give you a softer light versus if it was a very small light, that's going to give more harsh shadows on your face. Now, as far as the lamp, you could just use any old lamp in your house if you want to use something like that. And it's a nice way to add some practical lighting into your shot and add some different colors and tones into the background. I decided to use my Govee Smart Bulb, but I'm able to change the intensity and color temperature of the lamp, which makes it perfect for video, especially since it doesn't flicker on camera as well. Now, as far as these cool background lights that I'm using, these are tube lights by GVM called the GVM Pro BD45Rs. And I want to thank GVM for sponsoring this video and sending these lights out to us. These lights are super cool for a few reasons. One of my favorite ways to use these lights is the RGB function. Now, these are their pro version lights, so there's a lot that you can do with these lights. Not only can you use them in a daylight mode, which I often do for my Zoom meetings and my live streams. You can see this one above my desk. This is kind of my key light. Now, my room is a bit tricky when it comes to lighting because of the ceilings and how they're very low over here on the sides. This makes it hard for me to use like a big softbox or really any sort of light on my desk setup when I am live streaming and doing Zoom calls. And so using this light is kind of perfect for a small space because they're so small and skinny, and because they're so big, they also do give you that soft lighting. One of my favorite features about these lights lights is the app. So in the GVM app, you can control these lights completely from your phone. You can change the intensity to make it brighter or to turn it completely off. And then you can just drag your finger on this color wheel and you can really choose any color you want for your video. These lights plug directly into the wall for continuous power, but they also have the option for Sony NP-F batteries. And they even do have light effect modes. If you want to spice up your background with a little bit of moving lights, then you do have that option as well. For the backlight, I'm using the GVM Pro BD25R. This light is a bit shorter, coming in at just under 2 feet, whereas the other tubes are almost 4 feet long. But this one is lighter and still very powerful and has all the features that the bigger tube lights have, which makes this a perfect hair light. And honestly, I think tube lights can be used in so many different ways, but honestly, if you have a small space, adding in some tube lights is a great way to pump some RGBs or pump some light into your YouTube studio setup. Now, the third step to get a cinematic shot is your color grading. And this really pulls everything together and can make your shot come to life and give it a lot more character and a cinematic quality. And if you're new to color grading, you can click on the screen and watch a tutorial on how to get some amazing colors for your videos. And we'll see you guys in the next video.